Hello, this is Lydia. Heidi ho, it's Lydia. I have 13 pounds of ties, also known as 150 ties. Men's ties, obviously. I mean, I guess a woman could wear them. And I opened this one up. They're usually like this. You know how they come. Why did I buy them? 10 years ago, I was at a Value Village and it was closing and everything was like $1 a pound. And I said, well, that's a good amount of fabric that can be used for something. I made a skirt. If I can find it, I'll put it on. I attempted to make a second skirt, but then I was like, where am I ever going to wear this to? So I'm going to make something out of these. I don't know what. I don't know really much about anything. I don't know how this works when they're cut on the bias and we're going to need them like this. Do I sew them one way, sew them the other way? I have no idea. I'm going to figure it all out and I'm going to let you know how it goes. Duh. I have this jacket. It looks tiny, maybe like a kid's jacket, but I think it's for adults. Who cares? I'm going to wear it. Yeah, so what I'm wanting to do is I, at one point, was sewing on the back and I was gonna do strawberries on a vine embroidered. I don't like the idea anymore, so I'm gonna rip that apart and I'm gonna do something else. Nice. I think I'm gonna make a jacket out of them and we'll go from there. Hello, it's me again. I think I'm going to rearrange my bedroom instead of working on these ties. Surprise! It's been a few days, but I'm getting started on this jean jacket. I'm going to take these ties, cut them into strips, and put them all over. I swear it'll be fine. I don't know how to describe it, but it'll be fine. I'm going to start by seam ripping all of these open, and then I will get my iron out and press them flat. I got my flat iron out because I'm too lazy to get the actual iron out, and I'm just going through and ironing these ties flat. I have my pieces ready to be ironed onto the jacket. So I'm going to take this backing off of here if I can. And place this where I want it to go and then just iron it down. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you don't have double-sided interfacing, you can always use glue and wait for that to dry and it'll hold it just as good. This piece I left a little long, so now I'm going to trim it so that it fits in the seam a little bit better. Or maybe I'm not. Whoops. Perfect. And now that I have the last one ironed down, I'm going to cut off this extra piece of fabric again, hopefully in a straightish line. perfect. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Different colored ties though. This is how I have the other side laid out so far. I think I like it. I have finished the other side and now I will work on the back piece. I'm wondering if I should do something like that or it's too busy, or should I, like, what is this called when you have it like this with the different fabrics? Herringbone? I think that's what it's called. So I think I'm going to do something like that, a herringbone style, and sew them together beforehand to make just a huge panel. I've cut out all my pieces for the back of the jacket. Now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew them up. Here we go, first piece. This might be tricky because it's silk and I've never sewn with silk before. I should probably pin it, but I don't think I'm gonna. Can't even grab it. Okay, so I'm gonna pin it because that was hard. Now that those pieces are sewn together, I'm going to iron it flat and then sew them down the middle together. Now I'm pinning these two side pieces together and sewing them down the middle. I'm not lining up anything because I don't care to. I ironed on my double-sided interfacing and now I'm going to cut out the shape. Now that I have that cut out, I'm going to sew down the seam lines because I think it'll make it look better. Now I'm going to be peeling the back off of this, sticking that on there, and ironing it. And back to the sewing machine. I think this turned out pretty superb. Somehow some of them match up. Didn't plan it. It's giving Western clown. Here's the jacket, super cute. I think I'm going to go in and embroider down the seams and like around the whole deal because I think it's gonna look sicker. But other than that, it's done.